Good. So just trust me, okay? Just trust me when I say burn over the throat. Where is that? Now. 3, 2. So then we're going to do 20 seconds.
Hi. Hi, Martha. Oh, what was that? Got another one. In there. Right, last one. Got the biggest one, the escapee. You're so fluffy. Yes, you are. Hello and welcome to May Vlogs. It feels really weird to say that. I've never done May Vlogs before. I usually do April vlogs, but this year April was just really manic and busy and I just didn't feel that I could fit it in, so I didn't. I decided to shift it to May. I'm really glad that I did, because now I'm here doing May vlogs and it's going to be really interesting because the season's really going to shift because we're starting really in spring and by the time we finish we're going to be in summer. And the weather this week is actually having a little practice. We're having a mini heat wave this week in England. It's going to be 25 degrees today and tomorrow is going to be 28 on the 1st of May, which is ridiculous and my least favourite type of weather. So I'll get on to that in a minute. My name is Ali and I thought I would use this opportunity to do a little bit of an introduction. This is day 0, so I always film and then edit and publish it what I've filmed the next day. So you always see the day 1 on day 2, day 2 on day 3 and so on. So I always film on the last day of the month before the monthly vlog month. So this is the 30th of April and this will be day 0 of May Vlogs. And I thought I'd just do a bit of an introduction just in case you've never been along for daily vlogs before or if you're new to the channel. I've had a few new subscribers lately, so I thought I'd just do a bit of an intro. So my name is Ali. I live with my husband Dan and usually our 2 daughters, but our eldest Lilia is away at university at the moment. She's studying acting very far north, all the way up in Lancashire. And our youngest Phoebe, who's 14, she is at school and so she's at school today. Lilia's away at university, she's in her 1st year. Dan is out of the house today. He works full-time for a local council, but today he's actually at university. He is doing a degree connected to what he does for his work, which is he works in human resource management, except it's not called that anymore. It's called like onboarding or something. I don't know. I don't understand. So that's where he is today. So I'm all alone. It's about 8:30 in the morning and I'm gonna film my knitting and crochet podcast. So that's the other thing to say. I have a knitting and crochet podcast, Little Drops of Wonderful. I love it. I love filming it. I've been doing it for about 10 years and yeah, I adore doing it. So I've got a big pile of knitting and crochet and crafty things here that I'm going to start filming about in a second when I finish doing this. I work part-time myself, 2 days a week in a museum. I get a lot of questions about where I work. I never sort of say it outright where I work, but I know a lot of you have worked it out. And I've even bumped into some of you in the grounds, because there are beautiful grounds where I work. I work in a museum that's based in a hospital. It's a museum all about the history of mental health treatment. It's the most wonderful place to work. I think it's the best place I've ever worked. I love it. I love the grounds. I love the location. I love what it's all about. I love the people I work with. I feel very lucky to have landed on my feet there. I've worked there for almost 10 years. I think 10 years next year I've worked there. I started 1 day a week. I'm an administrator. And I very quickly went up to 2 days a week. I took on all of the admin for doing the learning groups. We have loads and loads of school groups, adult groups, different types of groups coming in, and we run a learning programme with a few different types of visit. I book all of those groups in. So I've got a lot of contact with teachers, with group leaders and so on. Really enjoy it. And then when we went into the pandemic, obviously the museum closed and we couldn't have visits, and I took on the social media because we moved nearly everything online at that time. So there was a lot of videos going up, a lot of social media. Big learning curve that was. And then when I went back after the pandemic, that stayed. So now I do the social media and the learning groups, and I do that in my 2 days a week. And, oh, sorry, I'm sitting on my foot and I have to adjust. Yeah, I love it. Really enjoy my job. And then the rest of the time I do YouTube. I film these daily vlogs, I do my knitting and crochet channel, and I look after the house. I walk a lot. You'll see a lot of walking this month. I'm trying to walk 1,000 miles this year. It's a challenge set by Country Walking magazine. I did it last year as well. I made about 853 miles last year, I think, but I'm well on track for the 1,000 so far. In fact, I'm ahead by about 5 miles. So you'll see a lot of walking this month, I hope, if I'm feeling motivated. What else to say? I wrote notes about myself here so I don't forget about myself, because one of the big things is I have perimenopausal symptoms. Not terrible, but brain fog is one of them. My goodness. So lists are my friend. I have a J pouch, which I guess is quite a big part of my life, but I don't really think of it that way. 12 years ago, I became so sick with ulcerative colitis, which I'd had since I was 19. And I'd really battled with it a lot. I had severe pan ulcerative colitis, which means it affected every single part of my large intestine. There wasn't a single part that wasn't affected. And I just became completely unresponsive to any form of medication anymore. So in 2012, I had my bowel removed. I had an external ileostomy bag for a while, and then I was replumbed, and I have an internal pouch now called a J pouch. I have talked about it before. I will link the video underneath if you're curious about it. I often get emails and contact from people who have just been diagnosed with ulcerative colitis or have family members and so on. If that's the case, I am always happy to talk bowels with you. Drop me an email, it's in the description box, if you ever have any questions. It's been a while since I've had ulcerative colitis, because the moment I had my bowel removed, I was cured basically. But my husband Dan also has ulcerative colitis, and my mum has Crohn's disease as well. So we know the odd thing. So if you've got any questions, let me know. I am a crafter, as I've said. I love crochet, knitting. I love drawing. I don't make enough time for it. I'm rubbish at gardening. Really like the fruits of gardening, like having it look nice and, like vegetables and things. But I absolutely hate it. And I hate it to the point where sometimes that takes over the reward and I don't bother doing it. So you'll probably see failed attempts at gardening throughout the month, and plenty of drawing and crafting. I also suffer with seasonal affective disorder, and I've spoken about it a lot, but I get it in the summer. I really, I cannot emphasize enough how much I struggle with the summer months. I've been okay for spring because it's quite an interesting month, it's my birthday month and so on, but I struggle massively with summer. The heat, the light, the expectations, the busyness, the change in people's behaviour. I really struggle with it. So this week's going to be a bit of a challenge for me, but over the last 3 or 4 years, I've really been making a concerted effort to own that and work with it and appreciate summer for what it is. So if you suffer in a similar way, come along with me into May, because I really do try to make the most of it and work through the low mood that I suffer from as it gets lighter and warmer. Is there anything else to say about me in the introduction? Just expect every day is different, and there's going to be some adventures. We're going to be heading into London this weekend because my youngest daughter is performing in the West End, so more on that later this week. You'll see other members of the family, my mum, possibly Dan's mum, I don't know, we'll see what she says. She'll be here this weekend. You'll see Lilia, who will be home this weekend because she's going to come and watch her sister. You'll see Phoebe occasionally, although she is 14. She tends to avoid the camera a bit more, unless it suits her and she feels like she's, camera ready. Yeah, so let's see what the month brings. Right now, I'm going to take a slurp of my tea, get set up and get stuck into my podcast, and I'll see you a bit later. I feel so out of practice. I hope that wasn't garbled. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me for May. I hope we're going to have lots of fun. Let me know in the comments where you are in the world and a little bit about you. That would be really nice, so I know about you as we go. Right, I'm going to stop talking now and start podcasting or notes. Just in the middle of editing and the doorbell went and it was evil Amazon. Now I am trying to cut down, I mean I don't do tons of shopping generally, but when I do I'm trying and find it elsewhere before I go to Amazon. However, I spent quite a long time yesterday or the day before trying to find something that would be suitable for what's in this box. These ones might not be, and in the end I went for Amazon because even though I found some that could have been possible, like from Maplin and a few other places, it would have cost me to return them if it didn't work out. And I don't know if these are going to work out, and there's free returns, so that's the choice that I made. Anyway, at the moment, so I obviously do a lot of filming, vlogging, editing, and I tend to edit around the house. Sometimes I edit in here on the sofa, sometimes I'm at the kitchen table, sometimes I edit in my bed office, in bed, which is my favourite place to do pretty much anything like that. And I have this old basket that used to live on top of one of the kitchen cupboards before we had the kitchen done, and I keep all of my filming stuff, so it's got like tripods, my memory, what do you call them, things that store things that aren't your laptop, external drives, my GoPro, my cameras, and then I've got my little pouch of all my batteries and things, and then I've got this that keeps all of my wires. I am my father's daughter, he always had things like this. All of my wires are organised, but it's not ideal. I want something that closes, I want something that I can close up at the end of the day and move about the house. So I've been looking for something like a flight case or a makeup case that I can use to that end. So I've ordered 2 and I'm going to keep one. Hopefully one of them will be suitable. If they're not, I will send them both back. That's fine. But I thought I'd just show you. Because I know a lot of people, I watch a lot of other people's vlogs that do daily vlogs. And I know a lot of people that watch my vlogs do their own vlogs, so sometimes I think it's quite handy to share these little things that we do to make our vlogging life easier for those of you that do it. Also, it's just nice to see what people have bought, isn't it? Oh gosh, that's enormous. That might be a little bit surplus to requirements. Well, it's cool though, isn't it? I can see it. I better not show Phoebe, she'll want it for holiday. So this is the British Traveller, but both of these were, I think, £20 to £25. Okay, so it's quite big, but I needed to have it here. Yeah, I had my measuring tape out when I was looking. It's actually designed to go on the top of a wheelie case, so it actually would be quite handy, wouldn't it? No, because I'm not going to use it for that. This is going to be for a certain purpose, but I think this might be a bit big. But now I've got it in front of me, I can put stuff in it and go, right, okay, is that too big or is that exactly right? Oh, it's just gorgeous. It's like a little mini suitcase. I love it. Anyway, it's definitely too big for what I need. Oh, it's cute. It's very similar, but smaller. So this is Kono. The brand is Kono. It's adorable. It's like mini luggage. Again, it's designed to go onto a thing, so if I was taking my editing stuff, I like this, so that's a bit old school, isn't it? I went for the grey and brown. So let's just do a size comparison. Yeah, you see, that's much more of a normal size. So let's have a look inside. It feels sturdy as well, and that was important because I want to use I want to use this until it falls apart. I'd rather it didn't fall apart, but I want to use it for years. And again, you've got this little compartment here. That's adorable. Right, let's have a look. So here's what I've got to fit in it. This is my little pouch that I keep all my batteries in. I have 2 tripods, one of which I'm already using. I've got my little, what did we call these? Hard drives. I've got 2 notebooks here that I don't use. I need a pen, my GoPro, usually my camera as well, but again, I'm filming on that. I've got a microphone that needs to go in here and my wires. So I could put my hard drives in here because I use those quite often. Oh no, do you know what? I wonder if I could put my tripods in here. No, because I like to be able to grab my tripods. So in here is going to be things I don't need to just, you know, grab. I could put my pen in here. And then I can have my tripods in here. I can have my microphone in there as well. And I can have that there. I could have my... Where did I just put my GoPro? In there. No, I don't want my GoPro. My GoPro there. I'd have my other tripod here, my camera, and then the microphone would go in there. And up. And then in here I could have spare bits and bobs. Like, blah, 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 blah. Oh, that is perfect. Look at that. That's adorable. Isn't that adorable? And I could just take that around. I can have that next to the sofa, ready, just like that. And then I can take it up to the bedroom, or the table, or the sofa, open it up and have it beside me. I love it. So as cute as the British Traveller, one is, and as tempted as I am to keep it for future travelling, I think I might wait and I will return that. But I am without a doubt keeping that little Kono one. I will link them both underneath. Like I say, I got them both from Amazon. And they were both, you know, I was prepared to spend about £25 to £30 on it, as long as it was something that when I received it I felt was going to be have a bit of longevity to it. So I'm quite happy with that. It's a nice box as well, isn't it? Put that to one side. Hello, I thought I was being really clever parking the car in the covered car park because I thought then it wouldn't be as bright, but actually it's just really dark and also stiflingly hot. So I'm not going to talk for long. I did a bit of editing before I left the house. So basically I've just dropped Phoebe and her friend at the cinema. And I ran a couple of errands whilst I was here, and now I've got to go and do the grocery shopping and return that Amazon thing. So I'm going to do that all at the same time, get home and sort everything out, and I think I'm going to have a nice hot bath. And it's been a really chatty vlog today, so we're going to start tomorrow with proper daily life, going about the place vlogs. But today's been really chatty just because I thought it was important to do a bit of an introduction. So thank you very much for joining me for May vlogs, and I will see you tomorrow for officially day 1. And I've got Debbie here. She is now officially going to move into my car. So for me and Debbie, see you tomorrow. So I've just dropped Phoebe. Did I say I've just dropped Phoebe off? Let's start that again.